USA. You're seeing Heron, you're seeing Morgan, you're seeing all these guys, Cade Smith, and when you're seeing those guys over and over and over again throughout the course of a 7-game series, I have a feeling some of these Yankee hitters could see the same guy 4 or 5 times. By that 4th or 5th time, especially if this goes all, the distance, they're going to have a much better familiarity with these pitchers, these relievers, and they're going to be able to jump on pitches early in counts. They're going to be able to go in with a better game plan and knowing what they're about to see. And to me, that'll spell trouble for this Cleveland team. So it's going to be up to them to try to let some of their starters go a little bit longer and to try to figure out ways to not overexpose the bullpen to certain hitters in that Yankee lineup.
That's going to be a major challenge for Stephen Vogt.
Yep.
On the Yankees side, they beat Kansas City. And I want to say this, an amazing story to come back from where they were to make the postseason. However, September, they ran out of gas.
Yes, they did.
And the Yankees took advantage. So could you learn anything about the Yankees?
I could. I think when I look at what their bullpen's done, and it's not just from the postseason series, but they were able to continue their dominance from the end of the regular season. That bullpen, from the time they moved Luke Weaver into the closer role, has been phenomenal. Up through the ALDS, they had a 1.68 ERA as a bullpen. They've just been great, and I think with Luke Weaver in that role since September 6th, he hasn't given up an earned run. It allows them to put other pieces in places that are a little more comfortable, and they have a lot more success. So you can go to guys like Tommy Kahnle, Clay Holmes, and others, and put them in situations where they're successful. And then, of course, with Luke on the back end of that bullpen, they have a much stronger bullpen than I think we thought coming into this postseason.
Agreed. And a final comment on the offense. Aaron Judge didn't hit, and they won. If he gets going, it could be
scary
a very
scary time.
And you know, when guys like that get hot, they get hot.
He's going to get hot.
No question. We take a break, and when we come back, it's the ALCS Tale of the Tape. Who has the edge? Starting pitching, bullpen, lineup. Anthony Recker is going to break it all down for you. That series begins tomorrow in New York.
MLB Tonight is brought to you by Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Bourbon done right. Bardstown, Kentucky. 43% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely.
What's in the DNA of a World Series champion? Is it youth? Or is it experience? Is it power? Or is it speed? Is it both?
What's the reading down? Ohtani arrives in October.
Only one team can have the perfect combination of elements bonded together to make a win. It's DNA. See which team has the blueprint of a champion all postseason on MLB Tonight. The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
Well, what about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary obligated to act in your best interest. So how do your management fees work? We have a transparent fee structured so we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
That ball is crushed.
You know, this was crushed. Google Cloud AI knows a ball going 440 feet with a 107-foot peak would be a homer by the river, but not by the pool. It wouldn't make a dent in the ground, but it would get lost in the forest, dig the Big Apple, soar past the slide, and even hop the train. Catch the game like never before with Google Cloud AI.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. That you love stargazing, hate parallel parking, and occasionally your right foot gets a little heavy. The Lexus ES didn't begin in the studio, it began with you.
Check out Mahomes scrambling into T-Mobile to get the new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence.
Deep down in my heart, it's down in my...
a joy, 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 joy down in my heart. It's down in my heart. Today, I've got the grandest, greatest feeling. This feeling's really here to stay. And it's a joy that needs revealing. So I just want to say,
this is you, and this is your powerful hunch. The kind of hunch that hits hard during the game. The Eagles look strong, and while the game moves fast with FanDuel,
Sounds of the Postseason is presented by MasterCard.
Time now for Sounds of the Postseason, presented by MasterCard.
how exciting is it to see Freddie Brown stuff?
There you go, you did it!
You need to just be like essentially set the fire and get loaded and be able to go when you want. There's an extra move that takes so much time. What is you? Don't you know what it is? What you saying, baby? That's what I'm trying to do. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You want to talk about pressure on the job? This is Aaron Judge, and this team has not won a World Series since 2009. For most organizations, it's no big deal. That's good. We won in 09, not for the Yankees. Nope. And they need him. He is the face of the team, if not baseball. And think about that. 15 years ago, whatever, something like that. So that means that Juan Soto was roughly 10.
He's a baby.
He was a baby. He was a little baby. Tail of the tape. Anthony Recker, let's talk about it. Guardians and Yankees, and begin with starting pitching.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think this one's kind of obvious. The Guardians don't go that deep in their starting pitching. They're going to run out, obviously, Tanner Bybee. They're going to run out Matthew Boyd, and then we just heard their game one is going to be Alex Cobb. Probably not going to go very deep. He's, hasn't pitched very much this year. I think that leans towards the Yankees. When you look at what Garrett Cole has done over the course of, this season since coming back from the injury, but certainly over the last couple of months, what he did in his last start, obviously in that ALDS, he was phenomenal. I think you're seeing the Garrett Cole we're used to. And then they can go, Clark Schmidt was fantastic. I think he's done a great job filling in there as like almost a number two. Rodon can be that number two if you need him to be, and then they're going to be able to go a fourth deep with Luis Gil at some point. And if he shows anything like he did at the beginning of this year, it would be a major advantage for them.
Okay, now, if you move on to relief pitching,
Yeah.
I in my mind, I know what I think, but I didn't play, so why don't you tell us what you think?
This is interesting because I think if you look at over the course of the year, you definitely lean Guardians. This is the best bullpen in the baseball. I'm still going to lean that way, but it's ever so slight, just because this Yankees bullpen has been fantastic over the last month, which is what I told you earlier. But when you look at what Cleveland can do, it's the sheer number and the volume of guys that they have that can come out of the back end of that bullpen that aren't just good. They are great, and they've shown that to you over the course of the entire year, and I think that's what gives them the edge. Even though the Yankees bullpen has been probably better of late, it still leans towards the Guardians.
And the Guardians, of course, have the lowest ERA in bullpens across MLB. All right, moving on here. Next one, lineup. Talk to me here. Talk to the people about the lineups.
Yeah.
They may be a little surprised.
Honestly, look, I really like Cleveland's lineup. I think that when you look at Jose Ramirez and the pieces that they can put out there and the way that they can, utilize their right-handed, left-handed splits and get good matchups, I love their lineup. But when I look at the Yankees, you have Soto and Judge on one side. When you talk about those two, then you're getting playoff Stanton, who has obviously shown up. You're talking about a team that just has an ability to change the game with one swing of the bat at any moment in time. Glaber has been much better. I know Wells hasn't done a lot in the postseason, but I've seen him put together really good ABs. Jazz, Chisholm, when you start to talk about the names and what they're able to do, that's the lineup I go with.
Quick follow-up here. I hope they don't kill me in the control room. Quick follow-up. How important is it for Cleveland to split up Soto and Judge within an inning?
I mean, that would be great. Ideally, if you could do that, that would be fantastic. You don't have to face them back-to-back in the same inning. But at the same time, it's going to be really hard to, you can't plan that out, right? They're going to have to see what comes at you throughout the course of the game.
Defense, go.
It's definitely the Guardians. This team is second best in all of baseball in defensive runs saved. They have done it all year. They have athletic guys. I look at Andres Jimenez at second base. He is a game changer up the middle. He is probably the biggest reason that this team is so good defensively. But you can look all around the diamond. They have athletes. They have guys that can move. They have guys that play well. And they make all of the routine plays and some spectacular plays.
Bench, who's got the edge?
To me, this one's also easy. When you look at the Yankee bench, they don't use anybody. I mean, they've used 10 position players so far in their 4 ALDS games. Cleveland goes deep. They utilize their bench. They utilize platoons. They try to get the matchups. That is where the advantage is when it comes to the bench in this series.
And the manager, each side, boy, couldn't be much different.
To me, this is an obvious one. Unfortunately, no offense to Stephen Vogt, he just hasn't been around long enough. Aaron Boone, 7th season managing the Yankees, 6th time in the playoffs. He's just been there. He's done that. He's seen as much as you're gonna see from a manager, especially in this series. He's seen a lot more baseball, a lot more playoff baseball. That's who I would trust in this series. That's not to say that Stephen Vogt can't outmanage him, but at the same time in this series, experience matters.
Anthony Rucker, bringing the information.
I mean, look at this, and we got a dead split. Are we gonna have a 7-game series? I think we might.
Too close to call. Margin of error is 3%. We take a break on MLB tonight.
In the voting polls already.
And Sierra Santos on the job in LA. She will interview the Mets Game 2 starter, Sean Manaea, next.
Homes.com is a new, elevated home shopping experience. Beautiful design, tremendously rich content. It feels like a work of art.
What about the app?
Uh-oh.
Wow, went all in on gold. Ding dong.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Time is luxury. And time spent in a Polestar is the best time of your day. You deserve. Look at test drive Polestar.
It's all the same, business and baseball. The data gives you the framework in which to go out and compete. It's the hypotheticals. What happens if this happens? What if it's a line drive? What if it's a ball in the gap? You're doing all kinds of possibilities so that when it happens, you can make the right decision. Making those key decisions at key moments and then knowing the impact, that's the magic.
Sage AI-powered finance solutions are helping business leaders like Cal Ripken Jr. make smarter, faster decisions.
About our honeymoon. What about Africa? Safari, hot air balloon ride, swim with elephants. Wait, can we afford a safari? Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning. Or put the money toward the down payment.
On a ranch
In Montana.
with horses.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
The 7th game of the World Series. We ran as hard as we could, like we were 12 years old again. And remember it like it was yesterday.
It's a feeling that I don't know that I could ever describe. I sat there and I had some tears of just joy.
coming your way.
Hey, Dad, wanna play?
Okay.
You're not hitting this pitch.
Ooh. Oh.
Easy now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to High Heat. So what wins in tournament baseball? We welcome you to MLB Tonight from the World Series.
Wherever you go, stream MLB Network's postseason coverage on any device. Catch up on all the postseason action with a triple play. Kevin Millard, Ryan Dempster, and Sierra Santos. 3 hosts joined by baseball's biggest stars.
Welcome to the best interview in baseball.
Intentional talk, only on MLB Network.
Hey, you're watching MLB Tonight, presented by Evan Williams Bourbon. Just a few minutes away from first pitch of the NLCS Game number 1. Time now for Cap Off Plays, presented by Evan Williams Bourbon.
Second for 1. Oh, that's Montgomery, who had a pair of touchdowns in this one.
Well, David Montgomery, congratulations all around. Contract extension yesterday, 2 touchdowns today. You guys put 47 points on the road. Jared Goff said to me this week, this offense could be really, really great. After seeing what you guys did today, where could this group go?
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit for us. You know, us being able to put it together. We still didn't play our cleanest game, so we know what we can pull up, and we'll get back to the drawing board and figure out what we need to do to improve, but sky's the limit.
You guys have everybody involved. You're so creative. It looks like a time. What is it like to play in an offense like this for you right now?
It's fun. Yeah. It's really fun. You know, anybody can strike. And, you know, when the defense got to prepare for a lot of people on offense, they make it easier for guys. So, you know, when everybody get their shot and the opportunity, we sure that we capitalize on it. So, yeah, we got a good offense.
I mean, you got a right tackle and a left tackle trying to score, man. So, on a serious note, a terrible injury we saw out of one of the stars on your team, Aiden Hutchinson. Just what were you guys saying to him at that moment and to each other?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I always do, I give grace and I give thanks to God, just asking to cover him. You know, that's a big loss to us. You know, Aiden is definitely the heartbeat of our team and that defense. But, you know, he a warrior, he a strong dude, so we're going to take it personal. We want to do it for 9-7, you know, and he deserves it. So his prayers up to him, and I know God will cover him.
Absolutely. Well said. Thanks so much for the time.
Of course. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we'll talk more about the Hutchinson injury in just a bit, but that's about the only thing that did not go the Lions' way. We welcome in Tom Brady, who called the game. And, you know, Tom, I think 4 of your 6 games have been Cowboy games, and they've all been blowouts. We'll get there closer in one of these days, hopefully.
I appreciate it. Listen, before I talk about this game, I want to talk about what I saw in the pregame show. What I was most impressed with was Jimmy. How are you getting up with those hops like that? Catching that pass from Stafford, that was ridiculous. And then Howie, I got some great. You weren't as fast off the line of scrimmage as I was thinking when they put you in there to rush the passer. So we got to get in this off-season training program. And I want to see some more dynamic play than I used to see.
TB12 workout program. I'll get into that maybe. Hey, Tom. Detroit obviously impressive
right there.
Obviously impressive on the road. The physicality on both sides of the ball is what stood out to me. Are they the best football team you've seen this year?
Absolutely. I just think their ability to play on offense, there's so many styles to play. They've got this two-headed monster at back. There's creative play calling. Everybody's involved. They got Raymond involved. They got, Gibbs played, he played pretty well today, but at the same time, it wasn't this electric performance that we've seen from him. They got St. Brown, Laporta. They just have weapons, and obviously it all starts with that offensive line. The way they dominate the line of scrimmage, you can't get any pass rush. Goff is back there surveying the field. They just seem like they got everything rolling. And on defense, they're up there challenging people. They're playing man coverage, challenging every single play. And it's frustrating when you're a quarterback and there's no easy throws out there. So they're going to be tough to stop. I think they've got a lot of humility in that locker room. They got a lot of guys that are playing for one another. I think the way that culture of that team is, they're a team that everyone is taking notice right now, man. The Lions are a tough team to beat.
And Thomas, you can answer this pretty quickly for me. Offensively, they're healthy, the Dallas Cowboys. You guys with the pass, you evolve week to week. Every week, if you had to run the ball, you ran the ball. If you had to pass the ball, you passed the ball. You did whatever it took to win. The offense was creative. You covered 4 out of 6 Cowboy games since you've been doing this. Have you seen that creativity week to week in the Cowboys offense?
Yeah, I think that the number one issue is their ability to run the football. And I said early in the show that maybe the best way to do it is throw the ball early and then open the run game up because you've done a good job spreading the field, and now they've got to play pass defense. And I think they've tried to start these games trying to be balanced, but the problem is when they're balanced and they're not producing in the run game, a quarter and a half into the game, they're down 14, they're down 70. Now they are one-dimensional, and the other team's made them one-dimensional. I would like to see them start the game a little more pass-happy, a little more pass-oriented, try to get a lead, and they actually had a decent drive here to start the game, settled for a field goal, then they turned the ball over on their next red area possession, but that was more of the right idea. They've got a lot of things they've got to fix offensively from what I've seen. Offensively, running the ball, and then obviously getting other guys involved other than CD Lamb that can make some plays.
All right, Tom, we appreciate you joining us. Good call today. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, it's a rough day for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll get inside some of the winning locker rooms around the National Football League, including the team that thumped them. As we count down towards the start of the National League Championship Series, Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers get ready to roll against the Mets at the top of the hour.
It's almost time. Verizon Small Business Days are coming, October 14th to the 20th. Meet with our experts. Get one-on-one advice, a free tech check, and special offers and deals. Get more for your business. Don't miss out. Get started today.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Check it out. The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play. Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, 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 Bundle-Rooski do. Try it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Want to get the most out of one sheet? Grab Bounty. Bounty is made to be stronger and more absorbent. So while ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Now that's the sound of value. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly grill your hot stuff right in front of you. You can't get that smell anywhere else unless you have one of these. Don't mind me. Take the sizzle to go.
Okay.
I'll pay for those.
Here you go, Danny.
Time to get these smells home. Grill right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above. That's a good sizzle.
I felt like this is the tightest this group has been. This is the tightest this 2024 team has been. We found something special last year, man. I felt it going into this game. It's like we're in here together, and I don't feel people pulling us away. Nobody's coming out of this circle.
You know, it's hard to go out there and win football games. But when you win football games and you run for 200 yards, for 40 games, you got to give a game ball to the whole O-line.
I know deep down that connection, accountability, details, and toughness wins. And it makes good men too, right? I know in my core, guys, I'm raising my family on it. I know, keep plugging away. Hungry and humble. Hungry and humble. Hungry and humble.
How about the man J Love was 22 of 32?
I mean, and all the being said, watching that game, and Detroit's dominant, but Aiden Hutchinson, one of the most dominant players that we've seen in a long time in the NFL, just kind of getting his career started, got injured, and we want to say we all send our best to him and hope for him a speedy recovery, because that's kind of it kind of breaks your heart to see that for somebody you know cares about the game, plays it the way that he plays it, but we have no doubt that he'll be back stronger and better than ever.
I got a sack on the play he got hurt, just kind of indicative of the kind of guy that he is as a player.
Shohei Ohtani being introduced to the fans at Dodger Stadium. We'll introduce you to the pregame crew for that in just a bit as they get ready for the NLCS Open.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. For NFL news and highlights, go to NFL.com.
Tubi is proud to be free for our teachers and kids who skip class to throw rocks at windows, because Tubi is free for everyone.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun by delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Did we teach?
High noon, sun's up.
At the Dubin Law Group, we're not here to sell you a bill of goods. We're here to guarantee you a bill of rights, a promise to put your interests first, empowering you to make the best decisions for you and your family, and fighting with courage and compassion to minimize your worry and maximize your compensation. At Dubin Law, we never forget. We work for you, not the other way around. Call today and we'll start proving it. Dubin Law. Tough, reliable, human.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun by delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Did we teach?
High noon, sun's up.
Download the Fox Local app, now available on all streaming platforms.
All right, a great day of sports here at Fox. Our football coverage is all done. It is time for Dodger baseball as the Dodgers get ready to host the New York Mets in Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. To get you all set, here's Matt Vasgersian and the game. Drew, thanks. Yeah, time for championship baseball after another unpredictable Sunday in the NFL. Who knows what could happen here tonight as we get you set for Game 1 in Los Angeles. Shohei Ohtani, the presumptive National League MVP, homered in his postseason debut with big dreams this week at home.
It's already been a postseason for the ages, and now it's LA and New York. The New York Mets have been destiny's dragons. He did it! He did it! With an energy reminiscent of years past. Standing in their way, the LA Dodgers, with enough star power to make their hometown proud. They vanquished the rival Padres in a decisive Game 5. Now, it's another heavyweight fight. Who will seize the moment, dependent on the line? It's East Coast and West Coast. It's the Mets and the Dodgers. It's Game 1 of the NLCS, and it starts now on Fox.
It is a dream matchup in terms of star power. Francisco Lindor put the Mets on his back in early June, and they haven't stopped. All kinds of late magic from the best record in the sport from June 1 on. Freddie Freeman, little ankle injury, that's not going to slow him down. The 8-time All-Star, ready to roll, batting number 3 for Dave Robertson tonight in Game 1 as per usual. And how about Pete Alonso? 3 homers, 6 RBIs in 7 postseason games. The on-field and perhaps one of the emotion leaders for the Mets, ready to roll from Dodger Stadium. The NLCS pregame show on Fox
It's how we could start. Hey, these two teams, by the way, have taken very different avenues to get here. The Mets went from 11 games under 500 in early June to a playoff berth on the last day of the season. Pete Alonso's ninth inning dramatic sent them to the NLDS. And a potential game 4 clincher in front of their home fans. Francisco Lindor had yet another New York moment with a go-ahead grand slam to put the Mets into the championship series. For LA, Shohei Ohtani's first season, one for the ages. First player with a 50-homer, 50 stolen base campaign. The Dodgers posted the league's best record. And with their backs against the wall, down 2 games to 1 to San Diego, the LA pitching staff held the Padres scoreless for the final 24 innings to clinch their spot in the NLCS. 2 top 10 offenses. The offensive outputs have been good. Some differences on the pitching side. The Dodgers starters ERA a little bloated. The Mets relief ERA a little bit higher, but there are so many wild cards, so many variables, so many storylines. Derek, where would you focus in on one of the big ones?
Well, I think the key is who's going to set the tone for the series. Now, both of these teams have been playing at their best coming into the National League Championship Series. But you know, guys, when you get into a postseason series, especially a 7-game series, you sit down and you go over the strengths and the weaknesses of your opponent. Now, you can have a blueprint for what you think is going to work, but sometimes you get there and some of the hitters that you're guarding against are slumping. And then there's always guys that step up when you don't think so. So it's going to be who blinks first and who's going to make the adjustments, not only from game to game, but who's going to make the adjustments from pitch to pitch.
Yeah, I agree, Cap. And this time of the year, it's about the biggest superstars to show up and none bigger than Shohei Ohtani.
Customer service in the clutch is critical. Now, let's field some questions.
We can bundle both your boat and RV insurance. I'm gonna turn this up a notch.
We can help protect your cars, home, boat, RV. Here's our platform.
Is this on you guys?
That's right. You can bundle your car and home.
That's right, even renter's insurance. Nice car. Excellent focus.
It's Ken's birthday today.
Special events like weddings.
Great job. Way to keep your eye on it. Ow, Clay.
For savings and service, get more with Geico. For more than a decade, Forsiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Forsiga.
Good job. Good morning.
The best part about having kids is when they have kids of their own.
And it's just a little bit better. Oh,
Colts, from where families come first.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. These got Coors Light. Choose two.
What you got to say?
What's new about us? We got now.
EMS is trapped on the 17th floor. We have a woman who needs a blood transfusion. Cluster pulse cap. We're losing her.
911 will start the final season tomorrow on Fox.
It's a huge day of football on Fox, and it all kicks off with Big Noon Saturday as Casey Mahomes, Dylan Raiola in Nebraska take on Indiana. Then Coach Prime and Heisman hopeful Travis Hunter lead Colorado against Arizona. It all kicks off with Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
It's gone by many names. Destiny. A miracle. Magic, catching fire in October and never letting go. The Dodgers, the Mets, the World Series dream at their fingertips. Welcome to Game 1 of the NLCS on Fox.
Welcome to the 2024 National League Championship Series on Fox, presented by Loan Depot. Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles on a beautiful night for baseball to begin this series. Game 1 between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. This big city collection, big-time stars on both sides, ready to go head-to-head with season dominance, but the postseason disappointment. And it looked like it was set there again this week during the divisional series as they finish off the Padres with 24 consecutive scoreless innings and reach the championship series for the first time since 2021. When it comes to the New York Mets, the comeback Mets, they've been coming back all season long. From 11 games under to reaching the playoffs on the final day of the season, they've won the big swings and the good vibes for their first championship series appearance, John, since 2015. The Hall of Famer John Smoltz. So we've got so many good stories and good characters in this championship matchup. We really do. We got one team that went wire to wire with all the expectations and pressure, and another team that got in at the wire last day. They're trying to do what the Diamondbacks did last year. The Mets do it differently than the Dodgers, and you're going to see two extreme ways that these teams have gotten here and why they can be successful. Bright lights at the big stage, and two of the biggest reasons why they've gotten to this point. The two best players in the National League this year, Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers, Francisco Lindor of the Mets. Yeah, well, Ohtani has done it all, right? He's got a superhero year.
well. I think you'll have more success as well. I think you'll have more success as well. I think you'll have more success as well.
changes in the postseason. defense, he will not expand the zone. He may struggle to get some hits, but it won't be just. Jesse Winker waiting on deck. tonight. We've got temperature in the 70s, sun setting soon. It'll be bouncing off of the mountains in the distance. Game one of the championship series. Today takes up the score for strike three. 5 up and 5 down for Flaherty with 3 Ks against these New York Mets that started the season 0-5. They were 11 games below 500 2 months in. Instead of holding no, they found it. They've been the best team in baseball since the start of June. They were the last team into the field. We talked about Alonso's swing to get him through the wild card round. And then they go on top of the favorite Phillies. They reach the championship series for the first time in 9 years. Winker takes ball one. Now they got to face off with the 1 seed, but who's next? The Mets say, bring on the Nets. The way they've been going. Winker starts engaged today. Directs one on the ground to second. Jeff Flaherty's retired for the 6th inning stays. Frustration for Senga and the Mets so far. The Dodgers get 2 against 10. A little jubilation, a little relief for Freddie Freeman and the Dodgers. Middle 2, 2-0.
It's game day. And you messed up this next. Big time. Luckily, DoorDash can help you course correct.
Jump ball in center court. It's game time. Let's talk later. Step aside, man. The big man jump. This year, go back to back. Make some fast, JT. Baby on the floor, ASAP. We are done. Got mine? Let's go. And here we go. I didn't have to spend my life trying to fight him, I call it. Ryan found me at an early age. It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go. At Ram, our call is to build trucks. So when you find your call, nothing can stop you from answering it. Right now, during Ram Power Days, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Hurry in today. Amazon's all favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon's all favorites now. They did it all by the best. And Union Scott's first is a looking for any way to get in that strike zone. Yeah, the biggest thing you got to do when you get that first inning under your belt, get back up to the mound and your warm-up pitches, start finding that strike zone. He's going to have to find it soon. Well, because the Dodgers are on a nice roll. We're hours away from this season, and you call it again. I know it's easy to say that we just don't care, we're going to go out and play, but when you're down 2-1 against your divisional rivals and the pressure
wouldn't think about my hair thinning. And it's been under my hat for a good 3 years. I experienced many challenges with prescribed medication. It was hard to sleep at night. My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol. This 100% growth-free egg clinically tested. Within 3 months, there was new growth. My hair was stronger, and I don't have to choose between my health or my hair.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com/men.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. You can't fake that. You can fake my outfit. You can fake these haunches. You just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Seconds a week to lose 20% of your weight in a year with diet and exercise. That's the power of GLP-1 through Row. Connect with a provider today at row.co/20.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly grill your hot subs right in front of you. You can't get that smell anywhere else unless you have one of these. Come on, D. Take this in, let's go. Real right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Here we go. Today's copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
was what instigated it. Maybe it was Grimace, the McDonald's mascot that threw out the first pitch. They haven't lost the game since. 2-7.